What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Tigger Deshawn. Thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in. We're here to give you guys a double cross recap, Double Trouble Season 5, Episode 2. A school bus full of children has been taken. An innocent young man is framed for murder, and the Cross siblings move fast to find the school children and their baby. A new detective is hot on the trail of Erica and Eric Cross. And y'all, this episode absolutely got crazy. We finally got to see Dr. Tiffany's mother, who her son has been staying with. Dr. Tiffany, we find out, has been in an insane asylum. She's been kind of locked away because she's having mental issues. And her mom reminds her of that as she comes to her mother to ask for her child back. She says that she's stable, she's fine, she got a good man, meaning Dr. Bryan, that's her man, and that she is good enough. She's in a good shape, a good place to take her child back. However, her mom is in disbelief. She does not believe that Tiffany is good. Now she goes to the bus stop and the children have not arrived yet. Now we do see that Dr. or Detective Chief Banks is on the case of this new detective. She wants him to basically be the guard dog or the watchdog of Detective Bryan. However, he's really not into that. He really just wants to be there to do his job other than to babysit Detective Bryan and his shenanigans. But then this police officer walks in and lets them know that a school bus full of children have been snatched up. And he says, this is where I need to be. Let me work this case. I can figure this thing out one way or another. And she agrees. She allows him to, be on the case of the missing children, which is more important than anything. But then on the news, we see where the people are explaining that their children have missing. Of course, Tiffany stares away from the camera, but then we see these parents, these moms, who are saying, we want the vigilante twins, meaning Eric and Erica Cross. They want the vigilante twins to be on the case to find their children, and they plead for the help of the vigilante twins. Well, the vigilante twins and their sister Robin, as well as their mom and DeAndre, are back at the house, and they're contemplating, our child is missing, their children are missing, we need to be able to work together to get, help them return their children. Where Eric is like, well, I don't have time to get my kids, look for my child and then their child. And Robin shares the same sentiment. She was like, we need to be looking for my nephew, I'm not worried about the other kids. But then DeAndre says, tells her something, and she's like, okay, we're gonna look for all of the kids. And so collectively they work together. But then we see, unfortunately, at the jail where Trey is at, and he's talking to this police officer, thinking she's going to be some help to him. She says, do you want that one phone call? He goes to make a phone call. His foster parent says that they're going to try to find him an attorney. Now, we know that this young man is totally innocent of the charges. They're trying to charge him with being with unaliving someone. But then we see Detective Bryan as well as Tanya, who's a DA or as an attorney, y'all, and she's letting him know you can't just walk in the house without knocking or ringing the doorbell, because they are going through a divorce because he cheated with Robin Cross, as well as doing some other ungodly things. So anyway, Layla, who is his daughter, walks in and asks about, he asks her about Trey and what type of young man is Trey, and she says Trey is a totally good kid. I wouldn't think that he would do anything like that he's been accused of. And did you see a young lady with a white on in the park? And she says, yes, I did. And she goes to panicking because, of course, she had been snatched up by them before. So then we see Gemini Cross, who is Eric and Erica and Robin's mom, and she's talking to her old flame Benny, just asking him to help her find her grandchild. Where would Cade keep the children? And Benny's like, look, I tried to watch after your kids, and they, I went and did time for your son, and even took a bullet from your son the last time around. So anyway, he's not messing with them. But then we see Cade around these other government officials saying what property and land and all this stuff that he feels like he's entitled to. And this guy decides to talk back to Cade and ends up getting a smackdown laid on him. So then we see the young lady who had the children on the school bus walk in, and he says, I thought I told you to stay away from here. Stay away from me. And so she says to him, I have something to show you. We know that she has snatched up the kids, y'all. So she leads him down this tunnel into this container full of children. Yes, she has taken the snatched up babies over to this container. So then we see Erica, Eric, and Robin, and they are at this house, which is the mansion that they thought that they unalived caved at. And they're looking for the children, thinking that the children could possibly be there because nobody goes back to the scene of the crime, right? Well, anyway, they're walking around, and Eric and Robin go upstairs, but then in walks the PD, the police officer, the police detective, and Erica. She basically takes the fall for them at that moment so that he doesn't try, or that he doesn't snatch up Robin, because again, Robin is a fugitive. Robin should not even be there. Now Robin is ready to unalive anybody that messes with her siblings, but Eric tells her, no, you can't do that, you are a fugitive. So he takes Erica down to the police department, where they're about to have an interesting conversation. Now you're thinking that this guy is like focused on locking her up. However, that's not the case. He doesn't want to lock her up. He actually wants to work with her. He wants her to work with him. He wants Eric to work with him. And that is to be able to find the kids, because everybody, the community wants the vigilante twins to help them find the kids. Now, they're having this conversation, and she's almost listening. She's kind of listening to what he's saying. He says he's been doing research on him and her brother. But anyway, this one right here who comes in. Chief Banks walks in, and she's disturbing the flow that this detective as well as Erica have together. And she's always ready to lock Erica and Eric up. However, they could be a very good asset to them, the police department, by helping them find the children. So we remember this guy. He was in the store when the guy in the store got unalived. They accused Trey. However, it wasn't Trey that did it. It was the young lady. And then we see this guy talking to the devil himself. We see him having a conversation with Cade, and he tells him, make sure you keep your story straight. You told him exactly the way I told you to tell it, basically. And so Cade is literally running everything. This dude is literally in a police department. I don't know if he's at like a county jail or a totally different police location than the others, where the detective and Erica and all of them are, but he's definitely in the police station somewhere. Lord help everybody. So anyway, the young lady walks in, and then Trey walks in escorted by the police officer, and he's like, that's the one that did it. I'm not the one that did it. Can you get me out of here? And he's like, well, I can get you out, but you got to come and work for me. Now, Kay, we know Kay is a kid snatcher. And this young man, he's like, well, you like working with kids, and you're a foster kid and blah, blah, blah. Like, just telling all of it and making him see as if he really has no one, and really trying to make it seem as if he's willing to help. He's like, just get me my attorney. And she puts her arm aggressively around his throat to try to snatch him up. And he is like, okay, I'm out of here. Like, she says, send him to solitary. So then we get to see the young lady. She has finally secured her white wig, her white flower, her white dress. She is now a mother. A mother is similar to the elder mother, like on the Rockadushi compound, like Elder Mother Marva. Like, that is what her title is. Only difference is these mothers have intimacy with the one and only Cade Cross. Now, this lady over here to the right, or the left shoulder, who's looking right here, she does not like the fact that somebody else is about to take her place. She feels like Cade is the only one. And matter of fact, she's the one that actually saved Cade's life when he got popped by the twins. And so she's not happy at this very moment. But y'all, that was the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this recap of Double Cross. If you're new to my channel, you like what you're seeing, finding me for the first time, please hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can receive reminders of Ruthless content. Make sure you stay tuned, because Tyler Perry's Ruthless, that recap is coming up, as well as all the Queen's Men, as well as Virtual Club Eden. Y'all know how we do it. So with that being said, thank you all so much, and you already know, stay ruthless.